Hey guys, Jonah here, back once again with another beer review, and this is another beer from Left-Handed Brewing, or Left-Handed Giant Brewing, I should say. There we go. Left-Handed Giant. This one is called Catalyst for Chaos. It's a hazy IPA at 6.5. Pretty cool. And yeah, their can art is proper psychedelic. People really get carried away with can art, and why not? Why not have fun? This one is kind of, it looks like a kind of, I don't know, weird sort of abstract craziness, but yeah, fair dues. And this says the current iteration of our house grain bill included rolled and malted oats on a base of extra pale malt, makes for a creamy full texture. We've got Galaxy and Victoria's Secret over 2 dry hops, bringing intense tropical juiciness, and allow Simcoe to pop and lead with herbaceous hedgerow character. Wow, that is a ridiculous mouthfeel. So I guess it's got Simcoe in. Oh, look at that. It is a 440. Charmone 440 at 6.5. That is a catalyst for chaos. Now, if I remember, and I haven't opened this yet, this is the first can. If I remember rightly, both Galaxy and Victoria's Secret are reasonably similar, I think. What's it say? Kind of, it doesn't say. What does it say on here? Herbaceous hedgerow. No, it's not that. It's sort of a passion fruity kind of tropical fruit sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? It's a tropically thing, but they're both quite similar. So interesting. And then Simcoe, it is one of those hops that I'm not convinced about. It gives me orangey kind of citrus orangey type stuff. Blood orange, grapefruity kind of, citrusy kind of fruities. But yeah, let us see what we get from this bad boy. And obviously, Left-Handed Giant Brewing was where I recently did some beer judging for the National Homebrew Competition. Cheers and beers to all you guys. Cheers and beers. Shout outs to the homebrewers. Good times. And I paid, oh, I think I paid over the odds. These cans, maybe it's just me being mean, but these cans were like 5-6 quid each. It's like, my God, that's expensive. But 6.5%, not too bad. But a can of beer for £5. Wow, times are hard, dear viewer. Times are hard. I'm just hoping this is a good beer. The one I had previously was pretty good. And I think, from the sound of it, they use a house malt bill. So they're all, well, all the ones so far, lovely. Oh, the same malt bill, but just different hops. So interesting. Right, let us get this bad boy into a glass. Let's try and force some head. This is a hazy, but this is definitely what I would kind of go onto a sort of milkshakey juice bomb thing. You know what I mean? Oh, that's a hoppy bad boy. Right, there we go. Catalogue, catastrophic thing. Some of that shit. That's my normal modus operandi. Wow, out of the can I was getting superb aroma, but it's gone a bit kind of creamy now. Look at that. That is proper. It's not the thickest beer I've had, but don't you think that looks like a kind of milkshake? Absolutely nuts. The head, I should have done that already, dear viewer. Under a finger, probably about half a finger's head. Pure white as the driven snow. And fantastic. I mean, absolutely lovely. Lovely, lovely stuff. I'm not sure. I don't think there's any wheat in this one. Definitely oats. Does it say? Where are the actual ingredients? Oats, there we go. Oats. Oh, it does have wheat. Sorry, my mistake. My mistake. Come on, focus on there, mofo. Definitely OTs. There we go. Barley, oats, wheat. Charmone. Saying that a lot. Wow, it's the channeling the inner Michael Jackson. Lock up your kids. I am kind of getting that Simcoe wrongness now. That kind of orangey thing. But it smells really smooth. It smells nice and creamy too. I'm sure this is going to be a creamy bad boy. Anyway, cheers and beers to you all. If you want to support the channel, please subscribe. Please comment. Please like the video. All that good stuff to appease the YouTube gods and generally to help me out. Cheers and beers. Let's see what we get from this one. Oh, wow. Quite a lot. Oh, got some tea. That's weird. Where's that come from? Wow, I got some tea flavour there, like a green tea. Wow, literally like green. I know what they're talking about. The pine, um, hedgerow greenery there. But wow, my God, I'm definitely getting like, if not proper tea, like Yorkshire tea, I'm getting like a herbal kind of tea. Wow, and lots of kind of grass and stuff. That's so interesting. Maybe a pine tea. You know, people, outdoorsmen, I should call it, do pine tea. Have you seen that? Where you cut pine leaves and chuck it in and put water on it. That'd be really good. Bit resinous, perhaps, but yeah, don't knock it till you've tried it. Now, already I'm getting big, fat line. Look at that. That is an absolutely selfish line. Wow, I was expecting a lot more fruitiness, a lot more orange. I'm not getting that. There is some fruit there. I'll try and pick it up, but that tea thing was so bizarre and unusual. It kind of have some tea. Ooh, okay. And I love my tea. Let's see what we get from the second sip. Wow, I was not expecting that at all. Crazy. Okay. So I'm getting the zestiness now. I'm getting the tropical fruits. That tea thing is definitely there. Wow. I wonder where that's coming from. That must be the Victoria's Secret, because I don't think that's coming from the Galaxy. It's definitely not coming from the Simcoe. Yeah, tropical sings up, but that sort of, yeah, they've called it herbaceous. Um, wow, that is definitely there. Wow, this is crazy, man. Now, I'm sure there are quite a few hops gone into this bad boy, but it's not super bitter, not in a way that a West Coast style used to be. So this is clearly on the East Coast, or the new style, whatever you want to call it, that side of the fence. Um, mm, really nice. But that tea thing, I've had a beer with tea in before. I think it was Earl Grey. Actually, the couple of beers have had Earl Grey in, and that Bergamo thing does some weird stuff to the taste of beer. I would really like to know what that is from. It's, that's just so bizarre. That is not like a beer that I've had before. I can honestly say that. Is it good or bad? Hmm. It's unusual. It's unusual. With all the hops that were described in here, I was expecting it to be new style, tropical fruity type of thing. But that green thing going on, it's just wow! It's totally knocked me. And the Simcoe, they must have used it in the bittering, I guess, because it's not coming through really. That juiciness. Interesting. Let's dive in for some more. There is zest there. There is, and there is a tropical fruit kind of thing going on, but it's almost like it's secondary. Hmm. And there can't be that much oats and wheat in there because it's not. Although it smells creamy, it doesn't really come through, um, or not in the way that some of those thick milkshake kind of IPAs are creamy. It looks creamy, but this one is so unusual. It's absolutely bizarre. Mouthfeel is quite light actually. For a really hazy beer, you'd expect it to kind of be thick, um, but it isn't. It's average, I'd say. It's not thin, but it's not super thick either. It's weird. It's almost kind of mint-like the tea. Just bizarre, like absolutely bizarre. There's no other way I can describe it. Really, really interesting beer, but it's not exactly what I was expecting. Catalyst for chaos. Absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. You know when you get a beer and you're like, what the hell is that all about? It's blown my mind. Blown my mind. Like this chap or lady, perhaps, whose head is kind of like the world, sort of. He's got the world for a head. Um, and his mind is actually blown by this beer. Nuts! Cheers and beers. Yeah, that zestiness, that grapefruit, that tropical thing is there. But that green, that herbaceous kind of weird thing is definitely kind of, it takes your mind somewhere, yeah, like on the can, somewhere totally different. Now, this is interesting. Look at the glass. So the first line is there, second sip is a thinner line. There's the third one, and there's my fourth. So that was four drinks. Or was it five? Is that a line there as well? It could well be. But look at that lacing. Really, really looks good. And on the back, oh, pardon me, dear viewer, nice and clean. Not sure what we get from that for those of you that play Foam Watch or Head Watch or whatever it is. Wow, just I wasn't expecting that. And 6.5% beer in a 440 can. That's made Unclejona very, very happy. But they're all 440 cans. That's the weird thing. So should I really be complaining that I paid a fiver for this beer? I don't know. I don't know. It's a weird state of the union kind of thing. Um, is craft beer expensive? Are they charging extra because it's craft beer? I mean, in this particular beer, I can taste the fact that they've put an absolute shed load of hops in there. And hops are quite expensive, don't get me wrong. But I don't know. Dear viewer, I think probably because I'm a home brewer and I know exactly how much ingredients cost, even these days. And the fact that you can probably make that can of beer for probably about 20p, maybe a little bit more, let's say 30p, but you're charging £5 or £6 for that can because of all the other stuff that goes around with it, advertising, your actual brewery space, electricity, gas, however you heat your wort, storage, canning, the artwork. You're paying for all that kind of stuff. But I know the beer itself is probably worth 30p. It's crazy, dear viewer. It's crazy. We live in crazy times. Anyway, that has been Catalyst for Chaos by Left-Handed Giant over in Bristol. And that is just ridiculous beer. That is absolutely nuts. Let's see the can one more time. Look at that. That's just the artwork. It's like what I would call tripping out. Just absolute ridiculousness. But it's a good beer. Why not get over there? In fact, I think, if I remember rightly, Brewster are doing a Left-Handed Giant box. So if you wanted to try some of the Left-Handed Giant beers, why not get over to Brewster? And yeah, do you think Brewster is worth it? That's another question. Join me in the comments down below. This has been Unclejona. This has been your loving Unclejona saying, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Unclejona will return with another beer review real soon.